Hello, beautiful beings. My name is Quavier. I am the creator of Juju Time, and today we have the weekly planetary magics that can be done during this time period, okay? Before we begin, I will give you guys a chance to get comfortable and get your pens and your papers and anything that you need to just take notes, because this week is very interesting week. This is a very interesting week with some very transformative magic, I will say. So, alrighty, let's begin. Okay, so I have my notes down here with me. So if you see me looking down below, that's just I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything in, okay? Because it's interesting this week. It's so interesting. I mentioned before that this week has a lot of transformative vibes. Transformative vibes regarding responsibility to self. Also, it was giving me a lot of on the third day type of energy. Anyone that is into occult sort of studies, on the third day, you know, the number 3 has a very, I would say you see it a lot. It's a theme that is seen a lot across any sort of magical workings. I've seen it in multiple types of workings. So 3 is a very powerful number. So this week there's a lot of guidance towards self-mastery when it comes to your self-power, but also your self-expression. So first off, I think that is going to be in terms of helping us go forward in understanding our power and how to use it and what is it that we need. That alone is going to be transformative, okay? Okay, so the dates that I want to turn over my phone, that's what I will do. The dates that I want to point out are February 8th, a Monday, February 10th, Wednesday, February 11th on Thursday, and February 13th on Saturday, okay? Those are the 4 dates that I'm wanting us to pay attention to when it comes to doing our planetary magical workings, okay? So on Monday, which is the day of the moon, okay? The moon is going to be in an earth sign. Let me actually get my tablet so I can actually see like the positions of the planets as I'm talking to you versus just using my notes, because it's okay. Perfect. Alrighty, so the moon is going to be in an earth sign. So this is going to be a very good start to your week for invoking spirits, okay? Also in recovering what is destined to be yours, okay? So calling that back into your life, claiming it. For some people it's reclaiming it, you know, but it's just calling that back to you, calling that back into your life. With this moon position, take time to communicate with your ancestors regarding your future. All right, there's going to be a theme here, because what I saw a lot of is a lot of spirit work this week. And as I go, hopefully I'm able to explain why this is happening right now. But we are being called for sure to communicate with our ancestors regarding our future. Okay? Any sort of communications because the moon will also be waning, this is also going to be a time to do any sort of workings regarding transformation, change, even invisibility. Okay, so just taking the time to not be seen, which will have power during this week. Okay, but going back to the ancestors and communicating regards to your future, this is done however way that you and your practice calls for. If you do not have an ancestral altar, I would recommend that you create one, because that is one of the many ways that you can connect with your ancestors. Okay, so when you are communicating with your ancestors and divining with them, or however way that you hear and listen to your ancestors, 3 days later, so on Wednesday, on February 10th, Wednesday is the day of Mercury. Okay, so 3 days later, now we're going to be engaging in conversation with spirit. Okay, and now when I say spirit, I just mean because your ancestors are also spirit, right? But spirit as in the spirits within your spiritual house that may have never been human. Okay, we're talking about those kind of spirits. So on Monday, it'll be important for us to begin communicating, or not begin, it should be a practice that you are already doing, but even if you're just starting out, Monday will be a good time to communicate with your ancestors. And then 3 days later, on Wednesday, on the day of Mercury, it will be engaging in conversation with spirit, particularly because we are operating on the day of Mercury. We want to communicate with spirit within the hour of Mercury as well. Okay, depending on where you live, the hour of Mercury is different, so definitely do your research on when the hour of Mercury will be within your zone. All right, I may speak on that more another day, but I don't want to make this video long for sure. But okay, so also what I want to point out is that the moon will be it'll be transitioning from an earth sign to an air sign, and also the sun will be in an air sign. Okay, this is amazing because if you are wanting answers, this is the day that you will be getting answers. Okay, especially answers regarding the future, as I just said, but business, work, divination, any sort of foundation or activity that you are aspiring for or aspiring to, anything regarding your own alignment, and getting on track, or making sure that you are on track of your journey, of where you're supposed to go and be, etc. But this is a conversation that will be had with the spirits within your spiritual house, okay? This would be an amazing time for that. Okay. And then we also have on February 11th, this is where, so on the very next day, what's interesting about the 11th is that we have the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn, which is 6 of the 7 main planets that I work with. But 6 of the 7 planets are going to be in an air sign. This is intense. This is intense. This is beautiful. Intense is not bad. I shouldn't say intense. Intense is not bad. This is very beautiful. Okay. On Thursday, which is the day of Jupiter. Okay. We have the new moon. Okay. So this is going to be very amazing for any sort of workings that are peculiar, things that are unusual, perhaps things that probably can't be categorized per se. So think on that. Of course, follow your intuition on how you feel. Some of you may actually feel to do nothing. And this will be because the sun and moon will be conjunct with each other. So they're gonna be like right next to each other. So because of this, it is best to do nothing, which is crazy. You're like, it's the new moon. What do you mean do nothing? Like, okay, let me explain. No, I just mean, so on the 11th, if you do not feel called to do any sort of workings, and you're just feeling like that's strange, just know that it's not strange, okay? What I will ask you to do, or what is being asked of us to do though, is to observe. What in your life is needing radical change? Just observe. This is where the invisibility that you may be doing on Monday might come into play, you know, just to sit back and just watch, just analyze, observe what's happening around you, and then realizing what is needing radical change. What Jupiter here is saying to us is what in our life is needing harmony, what in our life is needing expansion, okay? Things that you spoke about with your spirits on the 8th and on the 10th will be revealed, okay? Things that you spoke about, it will be revealed. And actually some of you, because of what's happening right now with these planets, some of you may already have an idea of what will be revealed, which is also very interesting. There's a knowing as well, okay? So on the 11th, we have either you're doing some kind of peculiar, unclassified type of workings because it's the new moon, and with the new moon, many of us are drawn to manifestation, which is absolutely go with whatever your intuition is telling you, okay? Your intuition is connected to your higher selves, so always follow that. But if you for some reason don't, and you think it's strange, don't force yourself. It's not strange at all. Observe, okay? Then 3 days later, see, once again with the whole 3 days thing, you see what I'm saying? Like, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I felt it was crazy. But anyway, 3 days later, okay, on the 13th, on Saturday is a day of Saturn. Yeah, Saturn. I have to remember that technically I'm talking to myself, but I'm not talking to myself. and usually I answer myself, but I was expecting to hear like, okay, anyway, Saturday. So on Saturday, we see that the moon begins to appear, okay? So the new moon, of course, is dark. It goes dark, and then it slowly begins to appear again. When it begins to appear, it will appear within a water sign. Yeah, it will appear within a water sign. And so with this day, right? So on Thursday, you've done your observations, okay? You've become invisible, all right? You've done your observations, and frustrations may set in. With those frustrations, any magical workings related to transmuting that frustrative energy into production or into wisdom or a knowing is definitely the kind of workings that you will want to do. Like energetic, transformative magic. Using that energy, not using it to make you feel less about yourself or less about whatever your situation is, but frustration of this will change. No, this is not will. This is like, it cut off on me. So, damn it. Okay. I should see what was the last thing I said to you guys. Un moment. Okay, got it. So it's not that it will change. It has changed, period. Past, present, future, it's all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. Doctor Who fans? Okay. Anyway, this is about creating complete shifts. You guys hear the dog? Okay. Cool. Okay, so this is about making complete shifts and changes in your foundation. Okay, just completely. You've done the spirit work, okay? You've spoken to your ancestors. You've spoken to your spirits, okay? You observed, and now you're doing, okay? So this day of Saturn is our doing, all right? Specifically, what you will be doing is, of course, using your observations that you've seen throughout this week, and that will inform you of the type of workings that you want to see take place. Okay. Once again, I would recommend that you use your intuition. But overall, transmute it into something regarding building, like something that you are wanting to build to, something that you are building. Like I said, this is a whole shift and change within your foundations, and this is very beautiful. It's also very intense, because comes change. When change comes, chaos comes as well. But that chaos is beautiful. It's not discord, okay? Chaos is divine. Discord, well, we can actually talk about that another time. But chaos brings about formation, brings about change, okay? So that is the magical workings the planetary magical workings that I would suggest for this week. Now, like I did in my January video, I would usually have like a card reading to do, you know, so I can provide for you guys, you know, like a pick a card. However, because Wednesday is going to be such a powerful day of like that connection to my, to my guides and to my higher selves, and also to the collective, to the collective higher selves and those who are meant to see that video. I'll be calling that in as well, and I think that'll be a beautiful time to do on Wednesday. So I'm gonna hold off on the pick a card reading and provide that to you all on Wednesday. And because I said it, I have to do it. No, I want to, because it'd be something that I'll be doing for myself. And so why not, if I can add that extra confirmation for you or that extra insight for you, then I mean, yeah, why not? I would love to do that. All right. So, okay, that is the magical workings for this week. Please subscribe to see more videos. Like this video, ask any questions in the comments below. You can book a spiritual reading with me on my website, which will be down below in the description box. And yeah, I will see you guys super soon. All right, peace, truth, and love, beautifuls.